Hey, how's everybody doing on today? Give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. Once again, this is starting over Father with a Dream podcast. I want to wish everybody a great and wonderful day. Let me turn myself up a little bit. All right. I think I'll start a little time. All right. I just want to wish all the fathers, if you're going through a situation like me, going through a separation, you're divorced, even if you're in a marriage, your marriage is going good and things of that nature. I just want to encourage all the fathers out there. Even even if you're going to be a father, you're not quite married yet, you don't have children. Once again, this is a podcast for all the men out there to don't give up on your dreams, right? That's all I'm saying. Don't give up on those dreams. Don't give up on that vision, that goal. Don't give up on yourself. Give yourself a hand. Do not give up on yourself. Do not. So once again, here's I talked about this before in another podcast of mine, but I'm like, let me bring it to this platform, right? It says failure plus recognition equals growth. Uh-oh. Rewind that. Failure plus recognition equals growth. So basically what I'm saying, with every failure, especially with me, right? So my last relationship was what you would say a failure, right? But that failure is going to causing me to recognize things within myself. Like that failed relationship was learning. It was a learning process. Because that was let's be honest, that was my first time ever being married. Never been married a day of my life. Didn't know what to expect. Everything I went through was brand spanking new. Right? And sometimes in life, gentlemen, that's how things work sometimes. Sometimes you might initially go through a relationship, or you might initially go through a marriage or whatever, or a long-term relationship, whatever your situation is, and it might fail. But the thing is for you to recognize, first of all, where you fall short. My bad. First is to recognize where you fall short. And secondly, is how can things get better? How can you make how can things get better? Right? The thing is, any failure, like anything we fail in life, is supposed to make us grow stronger. I talked about before when you go to the gym and work out, right? Normally, you don't want to go to the gym and do a comfortable set, right? You want to work out to the point of failure, right? Because failure is where the growth happens, right? Because you can go to the gym and do your 3 sets of 10, right? You can go through the whole gym and do your 3 sets of 10, and great. You did a great workout. You did it perfectly. You had perfect posture, whatever you're trying to do. You did it, and guess what? And you do this like every day. You might see a little bit of growth, but you see somebody else going to the gym at the same time, and they're going to the point of failure. They're going to win. You're going to see rapid growth in their muscles. Why? Because they're going to the gym. They're going to the point of failure. Failure is one of our greatest tools that we'll ever have in life. Failure, once again, failure plus recognition equals growth. And once again, this is for anybody and everybody who's going through a relationship or whatever it is that you're going through life. Failure is your best tool that you'll ever have in life. Failure, I'm telling you. People, we make songs about, I know DJ Khaled made songs like, I gotta win no matter what. But if you're not growing, what's the point of talking about winning? If you gotta win no matter what. I mean, listen, in order to get a win, people cheat all the time to get wins. Let's be honest. People don't play fair. people playing sports teams and stuff like that. People do anything to win, but they don't do anything to grow. Right? Well, people will do anything to win, anything to get ahead of you. They will do anything. It doesn't matter what these people got to do to quote unquote win. They're gonna do it. And that's, to me, that shows me a mindset of a child. You're a child. I gotta win. I gotta win. I gotta win. You're going to win what? Okay, cool. So what are you going to win? See, people are so I say asphyxiated or so fixed on this, on the goal, on the end result. But what about the growth in between? What about the journey? What about the recognition? What about the growth in yourself? What about that? Is it about the prize or is it about the growth? I'll say it again. Let's rewind that. Is it about the prize or is it about the growth? Because I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win. Listen, it's about growing to me, right? It's about growing. Like yesterday, right? People talking about winning. See, people want to win and they want to be like, like certain people don't know how to be team players, right? People always talking about winning, right? All day, every day, they want to win. But then again, you want to score all the points. So it's like, okay, you want to win, but then you want to be the MVP. Then you want to lead the team in points and rebounds. And I play basketball, so you want to lead the team of points, rebounds. I mean, everything. You want to get the MVP. You want to be the like a child. You just want to be, the most recognized player on the team. Yeah, I know I got these other guys around me, but it's all about me. See, that's what winning means to me. It's not. It's people just want recognition. That's it. But don't let somebody on your same team, be good in basketball, or be good at whatever they're doing. Then all of a sudden, then you got to try to beat that person. So what are we doing? People talk about winning, but it's more about recognition. It's more about stardom and fame and things of that nature. It's not about winning. You just want to look good, which makes you look like a child. It's not about winning. You just want to look good. And if somebody's quote unquote on the same team, you're gonna try to turn that person down because you want all the fame. You want the lights on you. You want this. You want that. Person can be on the same team. Same thing with marriages. I've seen many marriages full of competition, full of. I mean, my goodness, it's ridiculous. Full of competition. Him and her competing with each other. But it's not competing as like we're growing together. No, it's competing because I want more attention than my husband. I want more attention than my wife. Listen, at the end of the day, you both lose. To me, it's about growth. I'm trying to grow. To me, the growth is more important than winning. Well, to me, growth is the win. Long as I can fail, long as I can recognize things that I did wrong, long as I can grow from the things I fell short from, yes, that is my win. That is my win. So yes, gentlemen, you have to. Failure is a wonderful tool. That's all I'm saying. Failure is a wonderful tool. If you failed in your marriage, if you failed in your relationship with your kids, you failed, you got to recognize and you got to grow. You got to recalibrate and you got to grow. You got to keep moving forward. The thing is not to go back to the failure. The thing is, once listen, this last relationship is failed, it's done. I can't do nothing about it. I learned, just like anything. Think about it. I learned and I move forward. That's it. Right? Now, sometimes, like you guys been in school or been to college, you might have failed You might have failed a test, even in high school and things like that. You might have failed a test. Sometimes that professor lets you retake the test. And some professors don't let you retake the test. You fail the test, you get that F, you keep it moving. It is what it is. Some professors be like, listen, I'll let you, you failed the test. Hey, listen, I'll give you one more chance to retake the test, and we're going to keep them pushing. And some professors are like, listen, you failed the test, go on to the next one to do better on the next one. That's just what it is. Like when I was in the Air Force, I went to ALS. It's called Airman Leadership School. I was E4, about to get E5, but to get to E5 in Air Force, you got to go to Airman Leadership School, and it was like 6 weeks, whatever it was. And believe me, I wasn't the best student. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't the best student. Because a couple tests that I took, I did bad. But listen, when it came, that's one thing about me. When it came time to graduate, I got my stuff together. I stopped playing around. I got my stuff together. I buckled down. I study group this, study group that, study hard. So, I had a low test on, on my first one. My first one I didn't do, because it's like 2 final tests that you had to take. In order to graduate the leadership school, you got to have a number. I think you have to have above 80% to graduate Airman Leadership School. So my first test, I got I got a 60 on that test. So in order for me to graduate Airman Leadership School, I had to get I'm sorry. You had to, excuse me. You had to have a 70%. It was like 70 or 80%. I think it's like 70. It might have been 70. I don't know. So I got a 60 on my first test. In my second test, I think I got like a 90. And you needed like 150? You cut that in half. I think you needed like a 70. So I got up out of there. So basically my average was like a 75, something like that. Passed everything, cool, got up out of there. But it's funny because there's one guy from my unit, he was the golden child, right? He was the golden child of the unit. Everybody kind of pushed me to the back, like, whatever. We're not worried about him, this, that, and the third. So everybody thought he was about to come out on top, and they thought, I was gonna basically wash out the school. But actually, it was the other way around. He ended up washing out the school, and I ended up passing. So, but all that being said is, from that failure, that first test, it caused me to recognize, it caused me to buckle down. And sometimes that's how I operate. Sometimes, to me, failure is the best option because it causes me to recognize things. Because think about it, if, some people can flourish always on top. Some people can flourish always on top, but then again, it's like when that person finally fails, they bottom out. Like some people could be on top all their life, floating, getting by, doing this, always number one to everything. Number one. First time they come to a failure, they just done. Car wreck waiting to happen. That's how some people are. So I'm glad that, listen, all the failures, especially in my last relationships and all the failures that I went through in life, I'm glad that I failed. You don't understand. Man, let me give myself a hand. I'm glad that I failed. And you're not going to hear anybody talk about, oh, you got to win. Okay, cool. Keep winning, and you're not going to grow. It's time to grow. It's time to grow up. People talking about winning all the time. People cheat to win. People do all types of stuff to get a win. It's about growth. And growth to me is the win. As long as I'm growing, I'm winning. As long as I can recognize where I fell short, I'm winning. As long as I can give these lessons out to people and I can give you guys the wisdom to hopefully help you guys live a better life and to choose better for yourself, that's a win for me. I don't need somebody's applause. I don't need somebody to give me some type of award or whatever. It is what it is. As long as I can grow and recognize where I fell short in every area of my life, especially in my last marriage, then once again, gentlemen, that's a win for me. So, gentlemen, grow. It's a journey, gentlemen. It's a journey. It's a journey. Life is about a journey. Life is about your wins and your losses, your failures and your overcoming, gentlemen. How do you bounce back from a failure? How do you bounce back from a failed relationship? How do you bounce back? What did you learn in that relationship? What tools and what nuggets can you give to somebody else so somebody else can take those tools and apply it in their relationship? Is your life a testimony? Can people say, hey, I can see the growth in that person? Can people say that? Can people come to you right now and say, listen, I see when you were at this time and I see where you are right now. And listen, you're doing a good job. I learned from you, from the thing, from your mistakes and the things that you've been through. I've seen you from this point to this point, and you've grown a lot. Can people say that about you? Can people say that about you? I seen when you were at this point. Now you're here. Now you look like a totally different person. It looks like you learned your lesson. It looks like you have growth. Whatever transformation you went through it gracefully, even though that situation was hard and it was trying to tear you down, but somehow you bounced back and you're looking good. Can people say that about you? Or is it always about winning and getting certificates and getting plaques and this, that, and the third, but you still a hole. You a big hole. Yeah, you got them degrees and plaques and them trophies, but you still a hole. Nobody wants to be around you. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to associate themselves with you. Every time you come around, here comes the storm clouds. You still a child. And you wonder why people don't respect me and people don't like, yeah, people are not going to be around that. People don't want to deal with that. People don't want to deal with that. Every time you come around, you quick to throw somebody under the bus. You're quick to snitch on somebody. Quick to tell. Now, once again, if wrong is being done, you do what you got to do. But here you come. It's all about you. Look at me. Do this and do that. Here comes somebody with a bright idea. You're gonna take a on that person. You're gonna take a huge on that person, but then you're gonna try to steal their ideas because you're just trying to win. Just a big baby. You're just a big baby. Just like a child, just like a child with a toy. I got two girls all the time. They fight. We used to do. Fight with our so-called siblings all the time, right? Because you want that particular toy. Be willing to hurt each other over a particular item. Same thing with people always talking about winning. You want a particular item. You want certain recognition. You'll do anything to have the spotlight shown on you. You're just a big baby. Just a big baby. And that's fine. Hey, listen, you got your little trophies and your trinkets, this, that, and your names in the lights and people mentioning you. But listen, at the end of the day, people are not with you. At the end of the day, people are not with you. They don't want to be around you because you're just a big baby. I'd rather have failed, gone through the valley, gone through the muck and the mire, and guess what? I've learned what I need to learn, and guess what? I can get myself up, brush myself up, and I can move forward. Not trying to step on somebody so I can get a win. No, it's about growth. My failures plus my recognition equals growth. Yeah, gentlemen. I could say proudly, listen, my last relationship failed. I get it. But I'm not gonna hang my head down and be like, oh, woe is me. I'm not gonna be sitting up here crying about it. Yeah, my last relationship failed. There's a lot of things that I could have done. Maybe to make it work better. I don't know. But I told you, gentlemen, first, listen, I'll tell you right now, the first failure, I tell you, gentlemen, all the time about purpose. That was my first failure with the bump the marriage, gentlemen. That was my first failure in life. Not operating purpose, gentlemen, that was a huge failure. It didn't matter if I was married to her or to somebody else, gentlemen. It probably would have been the same result. It didn't matter what female I ever dealt with. If I got married to my ex-wife or to any other female that I dealt with, that failure was definitely going to happen. Because number one, I didn't even have a purpose. Sure enough, didn't have a standard. And sure enough, didn't have a vision for my life, gentlemen. That failure was going to happen no matter what. It didn't matter who I was married to. The nicest of the nicest girl, this, that, and the third. Failure was going to happen. But I'm glad I learned in this one. I took that decade to learn myself, to figure things out. Like I told you, John, it's taken me 41 years to get to the point of the restart, to reset. I had to literally reset. This me coming to Atlanta is resetting myself, recalibrating my life. And yeah, listen, I still got issues. I still got things I'm dealing with. I'm not perfect. I still got things I'm dealing with. I still got things I'm trying to flush out my system. I still got things I'm working out. But it's slowly but surely things are coming together. And I'm thankful for the lesson. I'm thankful for the failure. I wish things could have been different, but that's how they say, that's how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, that works. That's how the cookie crumbles. Gotta fail, gentlemen. Just like weightlifting, in order for your muscles to grow, you gotta fail. You gotta go to the point of failure. It's called what? Muscle fatigue or muscle failure? Yeah, you gotta keep going to the point of failure. This is how you win. This is how you win. I don't want you to go through. My thing is, I don't want you gentlemen to go through the motions of life. I don't want you to have the perception of something, but you're not growing. Like, I don't want people to perceive you as you doing something, but at the end of the day, you're still not growing. I don't want you to keep going to the gym or do whatever it is that you're doing in life. You're doing it perfectly, right? You're looking in front of people and people looking at you like, oh, you're just this perfect person, and they never fail, and they always say the right things, and they always put things in the right places, and they're always doing this so perfectly. But deep down inside, you're not growing. You're not growing. Yeah, you're going through the motions of whatever it is that you're doing, but you're not growing. You're the same 3 years ago. I mean, you're the same 10 years ago that you are today. That's not growth. I'm not the same person I was when I left upstate New York in 2000. 20, what, 20, almost 22 and a half years later. I'm not the same 19-year-old I was when I left Rochester, New York. I don't have the same mindset. I don't have the same talking points. I don't know what's going on in upstate New York. I don't even know what's going on in New York State, period. I've grown from that. I've grown. Two decades and some change. I've grown. I've come into my own. Same thing with you, John. It's about growth. Embrace failure. Embrace it. Embrace it, gentlemen. With every failure comes recognition. With every recognition, you will grow. And that's the only thing that matters at the end of the day. That is the win for you, gentlemen. That is the win. If you're looking for the prize, you are the prize. You were looking for something external, but the win comes when you grow. When you grow, when you mature, and you recognize your shortcomings, you recognize where you fell short, you recognize, gentlemen, that is the win. The win is eternal, not external. You, my friend, are the prize that you were looking for. The growth is the prize. The prize is the growth. Give yourself a hand. The prize you were looking for was you, my friend. You are the prize that you were looking for. A greater version, or when we talk about greatness and things of that nature, that transformation is the prize. Going from one level to another level, that's the prize. You having a different mindset, gentlemen, that's the prize. You speaking, you having the boldness to chase a dream, to go after your purpose, that's the prize, gentlemen. You are the prize. The failure and recognition that you went through, gentlemen, leads to the growth, which is the prize. When somebody sees you today and they remember you 20 some odd years ago, 30 some odd years ago, and you're a totally different person, gentlemen, and somebody coming to you saying, man, you've grown, gentlemen, that's the prize. It was you. You were looking for something else. You were looking for somebody to give you something. No, gentlemen, the prize is you. Winning is growing. Your growth is the win. Your new mindset is the win. Your new habits is the win. It's about you. Not about anybody else. It's about you. So yes, I am very thankful for all the failures and all the lessons and all the things I've been through thus far in my life. Because guess what? That me failing is not going to stop. It's always going to continue. And I'm going to embrace every test that I fail. I'm going to embrace it all. Because now, as you come into your newer self, as you transform and come into your newer self, you go into new endeavors. Matter of fact, the doors that you thought couldn't open, it's now opening up for you, because now you transformed your life and things are starting to open up, and things that you overlooked, that you focusing on, and things of that nature. Gentlemen, there's going to be failures when you go through that new area of your life. When you go through those new doors and those new opportunities, gentlemen, that's going to be a new failure for you. It's about growth, gentlemen. You want to win, win, win. Keep failing, failing, failing. Because with every failure comes recognition. With every recognition comes the growth. That's the win. That's the win. Even with me, I had to change up my whole lifestyle. I changed up my eating habits and the things that I eat and cutting out the meats, cutting out the dairy, cutting out the breads. Now, once again, I do have a sweet tooth and you know, I'm cutting down on the potato chips and things like that. But once again, that's one thing I'm working out. That's one thing I'm getting out my system. It's just trying to be completely, you know, junk food free. Because you know, I ain't gonna lie, because I do like the potato chips. I do like the cookies and the brownies. But once again, it's not. I'm instead of like every other day eating something, you know, I try to wait to the weekend, right? So I don't punish myself. So you know, it's like a treat. Hey, you know, you wait every weekend. You wait maybe 2 weeks to eat a cookie or something like that. So I mean, there's things I'm still working out, but hey, I'm glad that I've gone through that transformation as far as what I put into my body. You know, you want the maximum output from your vessel. You gotta treat your vessel right. Now, me cutting out the meats, you know, me going basically, you know, vegetarian on them or vegan, whatever you want to call it. That's I think that lifestyle is going to change. It changed my life. It's changed. I mean, I could feel the difference. I can feel the difference. I can feel much lighter and things of that nature, and just working out, just getting out, and you know, me walking because I walk a good. You know, it depends. I play basketball. I'm getting more into getting active again, playing basketball a couple days a week, and if I'm not playing basketball, then I'm walking, throwing in some gym and things of that nature. So once again, I'm doing a whole complete lifestyle change. I didn't do in the 10 years I was with my ex-wife, man. I stopped doing all that stuff. I stopped it all. I was a gym rat before I met my ex-wife, man. I was a gym rat. Always playing basketball, always doing this, always doing that. Then that whole decade I spent with her, man, I stopped. But now here I come, I hit the reset button. No, I hit the rewind button. You know, everything rewind. That's what you gotta do sometimes, gentlemen. You go through a failed relationship, gentlemen, you gotta hit the reset button. Moving forward. The thing is, you going through that whole storm or whatever that you did your relationship with her, with your children, whatever who stitched your relationship, whatever relationship you want with her was supposed to be a lesson. You went through that storm, you went those tests and those failures and those trials, and you tried this and you tried that and you did this and you did that. But at the end of the day, you came out that storm. You're supposed to be a new person. You're supposed to have grown. You're supposed to have matured. You're not supposed to go back and do the same things you were doing before you met that person. Like I'm not going to going through, you know, those 10 years with her, coming here to Atlanta. Now I'm about to go right back to what I was doing before I met her. So I'm about to go right back to all these clubs. I'm about to go back to the strip club. I'm about to go to all these lounges and be in some female's face. So that means I didn't learn my lesson. But I learned that lesson. I don't need to be in somebody's club. I don't need to be in somebody's strip club. I don't need to be in somebody's lounges. I don't need to be at somebody's day party because I have purpose now. And that's another, listen, going through a storm and finding your purpose in the storm, gentlemen, that's a huge win. That's a huge win. Going through a storm, and while you're in the midst of this storm, just like me, and finding your purpose, hold like this apple, holding on to that purpose, holding on to it tight, establishing the SOP, establishing a standard and a vision for my life while going through those tests and tribulations and through that relationship, and coming out, listen, with that purpose still intact. You know, is an apple. It was an apple years ago, but now it's gotten a little bigger now. You know, the apple has turned into a box. You know, it's getting bigger. And from here, it's going to grow and grow and grow. But gentlemen, that's a wonderful thing. I came into to my last marriage, the cart before the horse. I was thinking about love and love this and love. Hold on.
I was thinking about love. Love this and just being in love all day and the fairy dust. Love. No responsibility, just love. If we can just love each other all day and be in pure bliss all day, then everything is gonna work itself out.
Nah, gentlemen. Nah, that's not how it works. That's not how a marriage works. You got to put that work in, man. And for every man, I'm going to say it again, for every man, you got to have a purpose before you go into any type of marriage. You got to have that purpose. You got to have your purpose. Because if you're operating in your purpose and you go into a new relationship, gentlemen, not saying that things are going to be squeaky clean, but now you two have something in common. You have a purpose, you have a standard, and you have a vision. She can come in, she can add on to it, she can multiply to it. Now you two are rocking and rolling. Because now you're just not here. Both of you are just not here just to be here. Things change. I'm telling you, gentlemen, when you operate in purpose, when you two have a common goal, gentlemen, I'm telling you, things go a lot different in your relationship. Not that you have a career, she has a career, and somehow you two gonna come together. Gentlemen, you're only playing yourself. That's gonna divide you further and further apart, because she's in one direction, you're in another direction. Just because you're in one house, then you got kids going another direction. So you got between four, at least you might have a family of two like me. Two kids like me. So you got four people in the house. Everybody's going in a different direction. Yeah, gentlemen, that's a hot mess. You got a tornado in your house. But once again, that was the failure. That was the failure on my part, because I should have had that purpose thing squared away even before I even met the female. So I take responsibility for that. I can say that. I can take responsibility on my part where I failed. I can take responsibility on that. Not gonna point the finger. Not gonna point the finger at anybody. Oh, you did this and you did. No. I take full responsibility of that failed relationship, because I came in the relationship all jacked up. I came in backwards. And gentlemen, this is that failure that because everybody's gonna go through a failure. Let's just be honest. Not saying that your first marriage is going to test the times. Things are changing. Let's be honest. Things are changing. This is not. I tell everybody all the time. This is not the '60s anymore. That Leave It to Beaver type stuff. Listen, gentlemen, those times have changed. Like, you gotta adjust. You dealing with, especially over here in the United States. These Western worlds, things are adjusting. Let's be honest. These women are claiming to be more independent and things of that nature. You're dealing with a different type of woman. And now more than ever, gentlemen, you're gonna have that. You gotta have that purpose and squared away. You gotta have that. You gotta have that thing close to your heart. If you don't have that thing close to your heart, gentlemen, you about to get ran the over. You're gonna get ran over. So you gentlemen have to adjust. You need to adjust very quickly because things are changing, and I don't think things are going back to what it used to be. If you gentlemen don't have a purpose, I'm telling you, you're done. You are done. It's gonna be very clear who is and who ain't operating in their purpose. So you gentlemen, you better get your together, quick, fast, in a hurry. Because as I go into this new phase of life, gentlemen, I'm not around. I am not around. I'm not. I can't afford. I got 2 little girls. I got too many things that I'm building. I told you, my children got platforms and YouTube channels and merchandise. You think I got time to around out here and be in somebody's club, be in somebody's strip club, doing the same thing I did before I met my ex-wife? You think I got time to around like that? Hell the no. You think I got time to be sitting around playing footsies with these females out here, gentlemen? Come on, gentlemen. That's one thing that the failed marriage that helped me to realize, gentlemen. You gotta be on your purpose. Like now. Don't play around with it. Times are changing, times are moving rapidly, things are going, and you know, you can see it, things that are listen, this whole earth is changing right in front of your eyes. But gentlemen, if you stand on solid ground, which is your purpose, which is the dream, purpose, dream, gentlemen, you're gonna be all right. And people gonna try to come at you, people gonna try to get you go different ways, people gonna try to get you go over here, do this and do that, and go over here and do. Nah, gentlemen, man, that. We're not playing with that no more, gentlemen. We're not playing any more games with our lives. And there's one thing I know about my failed relationship. I can't come out here and around. I got stuff to do. I got little ones that are rocking with me. I don't have time to be out here around with this girl and that girl and this girl and laid up in this bed and this somebody else's bed over here. And then tomorrow I'm in somebody's strip club. I'm doing this. I'm over here. I'm at somebody's party. Come on, gentlemen, what we doing? And that's what that failed relationship has taught me, gentlemen. I can't around anymore. I gotta buckle down and get serious about where I'm headed to. And I'm operating in that right now. Been in Atlanta, I'm not gonna lie, I've been out like in 8 months. I went to the bowling alley like twice. And I went out there and I'm like, okay. But then again, it's like, man, this is corny. You know, I just wanted to get out my apartment and stuff like that. But man, I'm just to a point, man. I'm just ready to do something totally different. I just going now. I'm just like, man, I'm just ready to do something different. I got plans, but I mean, I'm just ready to do something totally different, man. That's just me. That's just me. But anyways, gentlemen, go back to the top. Failure plus recognition equals growth. I'm thankful for all the failures. I'm thankful for the failed relationships, all the failed this and failed that, stuff that didn't work out in my past. I'm thankful for all those failures because it's helped me to recognize where I need to be. Recognition is part of finding your purpose, right? You do something with an intent in mind, it fails. It helps you to recognize, it helps you to recalibrate. Okay, what went wrong? How? Okay, I came in with this intention. My last marriage, I came I came in with an intention to see things grow. I came with an intention to do this. I came with an intention to be the best husband. I came with the intention to be a caring partner. I came with the intention to try to be loving and this, that, and the third. What went wrong? It helps me to look at myself. Okay, where did I go wrong? Not looking at her. Where did I go wrong? And this is where not having a purpose. This is where the light bulb went off in my head. Oh, snap. Listen, I didn't have my together before I even came into this marriage. That was a major problem. I didn't have my together. That was huge. Didn't have a purpose, standard, and a vision. That was huge. I came in the door already up. I had doomed my marriage from the get-go. That marriage was already doomed because I didn't have my together. Off break. How do you say off break? So once again, gentlemen, part of that growth is recognizing where you up. That's part of the growth. That's part of the maturity. That's part of the transformation. That's part of every man's life. Failing, recognizing, growing. Growth leads to recognition that came from a failure. Growth, recognition that came from a failure. Failure, recognition leads to my growth. Come on, gentlemen, is this that easy, man? That's my time, man. Give yourself a hand. I appreciate everybody. As said, this is Starting Over Father with a Podcast, and I appreciate everybody for even listening. If you guys are watching on my YouTube channel, this will be uploaded also to my YouTube channel. Starting Over Father with a Dream podcast is on my YouTube page. This will be played on Spotify and Anchor. So once again, I appreciate everybody. If you're watching audio, visual, if you guys do see my Cash App, $1247 Clothing Company, PayPal, the @ SIMON 1247. If you guys can please just donate to my channel. Also subscribe to my YouTube and to my Anchor and Spotify channels also, man. I appreciate everybody, man. I'm done talking. You guys stay up. Have a good one. Peace.